Hi, this is Mike, Family DIY TV, and I'm with my Echo Show 15. But unfortunately, it's going back. I think everyone's got to admit to themselves, just because Amazon put something out, we can't all just hail. We got this because we wanted it to be like the hub of the family, have information for everyone. Everyone can go to it and easily figure out what they need to do or what's going on for that day. So we were really excited for the calendar. We used to have a calendar up on the wall and we would write on it. We figured we could put everything in here and be real simple. It actually does integrate with Google, which I like. So if you have a Google Calendar, you can have that stuff show up. But the problem with the calendar is there's like zero configurability. You can't say what you want to show up and what not to show up. Meaning, like we have reminders every day for the kids at 8 o'clock, I don't know, to get ready to go to the bus. And we have reminders for them to get ready to go to bed, and all those reminders. So we have like 4 or 5 reminders going every day. This thing's just filled up with all those reminders. Like we can't remove the reminder from here. There's no configurability. You should be able to have like an option to say, well, do show my reminders or show my appointments or something along those lines. It just doesn't exist. It's just a big smorgasbord of useless information. So another thing that makes me think this is like half-baked or not really ready for prime time is the widgets. Just in general, the widgets just don't work that well. They're like pretty much useless. I'm not sure what the point of them is, but the weird thing is like, for example, like you can have all of these white sticky pads, but you can't see them all. You can only see 3 at one time. I don't know why you can't put more. Like what? Alexa, show me my sticky notes. So you can see all the sticky notes we have, but you can only pin 3. Like why? How about the lists? Like you can make lists, but you can't pin them here. Alexa, show me my lists.
You have 4 lists. Here they are.
Like there's all the lists we have, but you can't pin them to the main screen. So you have to always ask Alexa, show me my lists. Then you have to click in.
You have 4 lists.
Oh geez. And you get that. So like that's useless. I don't understand why you can't. Okay, that was 3 touches to get it to work. This probably will work or maybe it won't. I don't know. Sometimes it just goes away. So this time it worked. Okay, great. But 50% of the time it doesn't work. Okay. Speaking of rings, another thing that doesn't work on this that drives me just up the wall, and I feel like I'm being very negative right now. But the other thing that drives me nuts about this is the live preview or the live view of all your cameras. So I have my cameras all set up in the Alexa app to, whenever there's motion, to have that show up on here. You can set that up in here. It doesn't work. It works maybe 1 out of every 50 times. It'll say that there's motion, but it won't actually bring the picture up of the camera. I don't know what's up with that. And then it gets like locked up. So even if it tells you that there's motion, it's in the middle of telling you that there's motion, and then you'll say, okay, Alexa, show me the driveway, and it'll be locked up trying to telling you that there's motion there, and it'll just never come up. By then, when it does come up, it's useless. Now, we're not going to be negative all this video. This thing does have a lot of benefits. The one nice thing about this is it's very clear. The screen is beautiful. It's crystal clear, no issues there. The sound, I think, is great. I've seen a couple of videos of people complain about the sound. I mean, what do you expect? It's a Amazon connected to it's not a Bose system, The notifications are awesome. You just come up here, and sometimes I order something from Amazon. This is pretty embarrassing. I forget I order it, and all of a sudden it says, oh, you got a package coming today. That's really nice. Even though these sticky notes, I don't like the way that they work. They are nice because you can have stuff up there, right? That is real nice. That you can watch like movies on it. So Alexa, play a movie. So if this was like in your kitchen, like mine is, and you didn't have access to a TV in that room, you can just watch TV on here. And it works great for that. There's no issue. It just does that well. So if that was a requirement, I would say they checked off and they were successful at that. So that's some of the pros of it. It's also nice. I like this photo frame feature that it has. It's real pretty, but you know, $250 for a photo frame, I don't know. I feel like we could go a little bit cheaper on different photo frames. I like the music aspect of it. Music.
Here's a station you might like, my soundtrack, on Amazon Music.
Wow, interesting song selection. Interesting selection. This smart home dashboard, I would say, you know, there's definitely needs a little bit of improvement there. Alexa, show the front door.
Okay.
Wow, that's working pretty good. I would have to say that doesn't normally work that well. Okay, another thing that makes me think this is not ready is the transformer itself, the plug that comes with this thing. If you saw my video on how to mount this thing, you can't, it's so big that it doesn't fit in a recessed box. You actually have to relocate that wire or that plug somewhere else. So for something that's meant to be hung on a wall, it's kind of an oversight to make the transformer so big that you can't plug it in behind it. Okay, so it's another thing that makes me think that this was not do that, right? You know, but the thing like the Ring integration that doesn't work, Amazon owns Ring. It's the same company. How does integration not work? I mean, there's a lot of stuff on here that just doesn't make sense. Now, this is probably my fault. Actually, this is my fault. I should have never bought this thing. I'm a true believer in you never buy the first generation of, like, let's say a car model or a computer or a phone. Like for example, the iPhone. You never bought the iPhone 10. You always bought the iPhone 10s because it was the same form factor, but the 10s, all the software and all the glitches were all fixed in the 10s. So maybe I need an Echo Show 15s. Maybe they'll iron all this stuff out. And you know what? I have all the faith in the world that Amazon will. This was the first generation, and it's just not ready. I'm sorry to say it. I was obviously in on it. I built this frame, cut holes in my wall. I was going to keep this thing, but everyone that knows me that's been at my house in the last month has definitely gotten an earful, and a lot of demonstrations of this thing just not working. I don't get it because I put out a video on the initial boxing and I was just trying to use it just at first and it just wasn't working. And then people post in the comments like, well, mine works. And I'm like, how's mine work and yours doesn't? I have an excellent, it's between two Wi-Fi signals, like literally like 12 feet that way and 12 feet that way is two different Wi-Fi routers. So it's not Wi-Fi. We have Wi-Fi on all kinds of things, and so it's not the connection, it's just the device, I think. But again, I don't understand how people can say like, well, mine works. I mean, maybe yours does, but I have a short temper for technology, I guess, because that's what I do. I work in software development, and I just look at it differently. Maybe when I look at something, I go, well, okay, what was it designed to do, right? So if it's a car, right, it's designed to drive, right, and you can't freaking drive the car. Well, that was a big fail. Same thing with software, right? So you got to come up with what's the requirement, and then you have to design it. You then have to test it, and then you have to test it with whoever the business is or whoever your customer is, and say, well, is this what you wanted? I can't imagine working at Amazon, designing this thing or coming up with the requirements and then handing this over to someone and saying, is this what you wanted? Will you sign off on this? And someone going, yep, I sign off on that. I just don't get it. Maybe I'm missing something here. But if you have this device and it works just so much better and I'm just crazy, please let me know down in the comments below. I am returning this, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wait for the next generation to come out, and I feel like when they come out with the next generation, it will work a lot better, okay? All right, so this is Mike from Family DIY TV. I'm gonna ask you to like this video, I'm gonna ask you to share this video, and I'm gonna ask you to subscribe to my channel if you could. Most of my videos are not like this. I'm not just dogging on a product, which I feel like I'm doing, and I really feel bad about it. But if I wasn't as disappointed about it as I am, I first of all wouldn't be returning it. And the second of all, I won't be making a video about it. And again, I didn't want to make this video all negative. I showed you a lot of the good things about this. But I think everyone's got to admit to themselves, just because Amazon puts something out, we can't all just hail to Amazon and say, like, this is great. We got to say, listen, no, this is not good. This is not a good product. Now, Amazon's awesome. Like, you can just return it. They'll take their stuff back. So they're unfortunately, I'm gonna have a big hole in my wall now because I have all the wires running behind there. But again, I don't know what else to say. I hope this video, didn't make you upset, or if, you're a diehard Amazon person, I didn't offend you or offend anyone out there. It's not my intent. I think I just was trying to show you what was going on and my unbiased, opinion. So once again, I'm Mike from Family DIY TV, and I'm out.